Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new speedrun. In this speedrun, I will be teaching you guys the Accelerated Dragon, which is an opening against 1e4. Against e4, we will be responding with the move c5 to Sicilian defense. And the Accelerated Dragon arises after we go for a quick knight c6 and g6 and bishop to g7, fianchettoing our bishop. So let's say knight f3, knight c6, d4, takes, and now g6. This is really the starting position of the Accelerated Dragon. In this speedrun, I will not only be teaching you guys the theory of this opening, but I will also be teaching you guys all of the plans and ideas. I hope you guys will enjoy it, and let's get started. Okay, so this game we're playing with black against 290. So let's see what he's going to do. Okay, so he goes pawn e4. So against e4, we're going to defend ourselves with the Sicilian defense. He goes knight c3. And we're going to play the Accelerated Dragon, so let's go knight to c6, followed by pawn to g6. And I recommend Accelerated Dragon because all of the plans and ideas are pretty standard in most positions. Against d4, you always want to take. That's the whole point of the Sicilian. With the move c5, you stop white from putting two pawns in the center. So if your opponent goes d4, you're just going to have to take. Now he's probably going to recapture, and then we develop our bishop to g7. What is a Portsmouth game? Thanks, Landom Blunt, for the 250 bits. Thank you. Okay, goes knight d5. A little bit surprising that he did not just recapture. Now, I could just go here and defend my pawn, but I think it also looks good to kick this knight away with pawn to e6. The knight is a little bit annoying in the center. I thought, okay, if I go bishop g7, he might try to go for something like bishop f4, threatening a fork here. So let's just push his knight around the board. His knight will have to move to f4, slightly awkward square. And we're just going to be up a pawn here with black. So great opening. So bishop g5. With this move, he's attacking my queen. How do all of you guys think we should deal with this attack? How do all of you guys think we should deal with this attack? Our queen is under attack, and very often you wanna address an attack by creating an attack of your own. Queen a5 check is possible, but I think it's even better to go f6. I think it's better to go f6 because after f6, both his bishop and his knight is under attack. So he's going to lose a piece. All right, so let's go pawn f6. Generally, I wouldn't recommend pushing up your f-pawn like that, but hey, here we win a piece, so it has to be good. Exactly. In the case of, okay, he goes ahead and takes, okay, we're going to have to recapture. And we're already up a piece as early as move 7. Now, white has the move e5 here. White has the move e5 here. That is a little bit tricky, but we have a very nice way to deal with this move. The move e5 attacks the knight on f6. The knight on f6 is pinned, and generally you do want to put pressure on pieces that are pinned. Okay, he goes bishop to c4. He just continues his development. Now, I'm considering the move bishop to b4 check, because I don't see a good way for him to deal with that one. Generally, of course, you would think the bishop goes here, but in this case, although he might go pawn here. You know what? Let's go h6. I want to try to break this pin as quickly as possible. Well, actually, in case of e5, I was not gonna give this check because of bishop d2, and my queen is under attack and my knight. But after e5, I take here first, and then I was gonna take here first, and after takes, then queen a5, and I pick up the knight. Okay, so he goes ahead and takes. So we're just gonna recapture with our queen. And again, since raw material trades are good for us, I think most people here are on board with that strategy. So now we're just going to have to continue our development. So let's bring out our bishop here, and let's get castled, and then everything is looking pretty good. So let's see what he's going to do. But obviously, we should have a winning position. Here goes knight h4. Knight h4 is not a good move. We just take it. But not too shocking. And, you know, if you're at a rating of 400 with every move, you always got to wonder, hey, is there something I can take? And very often the answer is going to be yes. Now, I could go bishop to g7 here, but let's try to speed up this game a little bit. Let's go bishop to d6. Slightly cheesy, but we're already up 2 pieces, so let's see if he will see the threat of checkmate in 1. So let's see what he's going to do. He's going to have to address it with either a pawn here, or pawn there, or pawn here. Anyway, let's just continue our development and let's get castled. Our material advantage is not gonna win the game by itself. We just have to continue bringing in pieces. Okay, goes pawn g3. Now the thing is, with every move, the move g3 gives this pawn a new function, right? It's attacking this queen on h4. However, whenever you move a piece, you give up its previous function, and the function that this pawn had was defending this pawn. So now we can just go ahead and take it, and we inch closer and closer to the white king. So now we just have to continue bringing in pieces, and we should soon be able to launch a checkmating attack. I can sack here, but there's really no need. I'm up a lot of material. Hello, Johnny D. Good to see you. Hello, Ender. Good to see you as well. Bishop to d5. Fantastic move. All right, we just go ahead and take it. And let's go knight to e5. I want to go knight f3 here, or knight to g4, which leads to checkmate. Okay, queen takes d4, and now we go knight f3, checkmate. All right, so pretty good stuff. We win our first game in a Sicilian with the black pieces. So let's keep going. I think it was pretty clear to everyone what was going on here. I mean, again, if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them. Okay, so again, we're playing with the black pieces, and this time we're playing against a 350. Okay, so against the e4, we are going to defend ourselves with the Sicilian defense. Again, we want to prevent white from putting a second pawn in the center. And after knight c3, generally speaking, we're just going to go knight c6 followed by g6 and bishop g7. So let's do the same here. Knight c6. Knight f3, and now we go pawn to g6 to be able to fianchetto our bishop. It's very often a good idea to fianchetto our bishop. So okay, d4 we have to take. That was the whole idea of pawn to d4. Yes, this is alive, Justin Doe. And now we go bishop to g7. Now, can anyone tell me if it was black's move here, what would we do? Okay, he goes knight f3. Now let's go knight to f6. He does have this pawn push e5. But it's not a good move, because I can just go here and the pawn on e5 will be lost. Knight to g5. Now the thing is, generally you don't want to move pieces twice in the opening. Like, this knight was already developed. It doesn't do a whole lot on g5. And I'm just going to continue my development with short castles. So let's see what he's going to do. Do you guys want to do a win, loss, draw counter? All right, so goes bishop to c4. I wonder if he wants to go for this, which 90% of the time works out in my favor. I mean, I can also, I can just continue my development. Let's go d6. Now I'm able to develop this bishop. He could take and give up his knight and bishop for a rook and pawn. But again, 95% of the time, this trade is going to be good for me, because the minor pieces are much better than the rook and pawn in the middle game. So you should be more than happy to see this trade happen. No reason to fear this. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what he's going to do. Okay, he goes bishop f4. Now, what you very often want to do is you want to look for targets, especially because his king is still in the middle. You want to think like, hey, where can I hurt my opponent? And I see this undefended pawn on b2. So let's go for the move queen to b6. And we're already asking some questions. We're asking him like, hey, how do you want to deal with this attack? And that's how you often grab the initiative. You grab the initiative by creating one threat after another, and then very often your opponent cannot defend. So let's see what he will do here. He goes knight to d5. He's creating a counterattack on my queen, but I can still just go ahead and take. I can also take here, but he recaptures with the pawn, attacks this knight. I think I'm just gonna take. I don't see why not. I mean, there's rook b1, but I can go here. I don't really see the reason not to. So let's go ahead and take this pawn. Hello, Bok. Hi, man. Great to see you. So now we have a pretty clear material advantage, because I have the two minor pieces for the rook. He doesn't even have a pawn to show for it anymore. Yes, great stuff, Bok Hyman. He goes knight c7. He's attacking this rook, but it's a pretty empty threat. I can just move the rook over, but I can also stay with my own attack and go queen b4 check. And he's either going to have to move his king or block with the bishop, then I take here with the check. And we keep his king in the middle. If I would go rook b8, he then gets the opportunity to castle. So I'm going to go for this this check over here. Because I have queen takes e4 with another check. Hello, it's Peppy. I'm doing fantastic. We started a new speedrun in which I will be teaching you guys the Nimzo, the Accelerated Dragon, and the Queen's Gambit. Okay, he goes king to f1. So now let's go to rook b8. My rook is under attack, so I have to deal with this one way or another. Okay, so let's see what he's going to do. Okay, he goes knight d5. Now, the thing is, I can just take, because very often this rook will be hanging in the corner. Queen's Gambit is for white, yes. Queen's Gambit, so 1d4 will be our white opening, followed by c4, the Queen's Gambit. We will play the Nimzo Indian as black, and the Accelerated Dragon also as black. Nimzo as black against 1d4, and Accelerated Dragon as black against 1e4. Hello, Chess Beast. I guess I have not been as active because I've also been streaming on Kick, and I played in the tournament. Now I can also take here. I attack the knight once more, also putting some pressure on the bishop. Looks pretty good. In case he takes, I take, and then this is hanging. So let's go ahead and take here. Yeah. Against the English, we'll have to think. I'll have to think about that for a second. But it's a little, it's not very likely that we face the English. Okay, so let's see what he's gonna do. This knight is under attack. Very often his rook is gonna hang. So white is in some trouble here. So let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, he goes queen to d2. I don't know, he's not fully paying attention to my threats. This knight was hanging, he does not address it, so we just go ahead and take it. And now, this bishop is hanging, and the rook on a1 as well. So you always want to pay attention to the threats of your opponent. Yeah, so very good question, Jazz Monton. I've been working pretty hard on it. The thing, though, is that people from Chessable are on vacation. So, I don't know yet when I'll be able to bring it out. Okay, he goes rook to e1. He's attacking my queen. Now, so we have a couple of moves. And the thing is, you always want to consider captures first. So let's have a look at the captures we have. Knight takes f4 is not a good move because we hang our queen. Queen takes f4 hangs the knight. But we also have queen c4 check. You also want to consider checks. And after the king moves, then we take here and we win another piece. So let's go ahead and give a check. Again, checks and captures are very, very high up the hierarchy. I'd say those are the first two things you always want to look at. You always want to look at checks and captures. Okay, so king g1, and now we go ahead and take the bishop. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate that. Yeah, it will, I will have to explain things in a little bit more depth when I'll get to a higher elo, but I hope that my explanations right now are sufficient for the level we are at. Okay, he goes pawn to g3, attacking my knight. I can move the knight here, but I can also create a counterattack. I like to move bishop to c3, attacking the queen and this rook on e1. Thanks, Wacko-Move, for the 10 months with tier 1. So let's go here. What is the big yikes, Lanham? So now we win even more material. But thanks, Wacko-Move. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. So you can take here with a check. But I'll just trade off the queens, take the rook. Oh, well, he takes. Again, he doesn't pay attention to my threat. And now we just take here. I'd say, well, knight h3, in case of knight h3, he still had king g2. Yes, a legendary opening speedrun. I would say at this level, so here's the thing. You always gotta think about what your opponent is trying to do, especially with their last move. If I move my bishop here, what changes in the position? I mean, I'm now attacking the queen, so he has to address that. I mean, the position was already lost, but I just wanted to give you guys that nugget of wisdom that should definitely help you in your games. Anyway, we'll win another game, so let's go ahead and start a new one. Okay, we're again playing with the black pieces. Okay, so of course we meet the move e4 with the Sicilian as we stop our opponent from putting a second pawn in the center. No. Well, I would say like my chess.com rapid rating is 2600, which is pretty close to my FIDE rating. He's attacking this pawn. He could also go for this checkmating idea. So I'm just going to go e6. Defend this pawn. And making sure that bishop c4 is completely useless because now the diagonal is blocked. Good question, Gayak. I mean, I think around like 2000-ish, but maybe even a little bit earlier. If I don't pay attention. Okay, queen g5, fantastic move. All right, if there are any 400s in the chat, can anyone tell me the move here for black? Yeah, no, I know, you're right. Okay, we go ahead and take. F4, fantastic move. We go ahead and take again. Wait, maybe he just didn't want to play. And if there's something you can take and you don't see why not, you should take. Okay, a very easy game. We keep going. Again, I play with black. A little bit surprising, but let's go. Let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, we'll have to go through these elos, and then we'll slowly but surely go up the ladder. And I just hope that people from all levels will be able to extract value from my explanations and from these games. Is there a meta in chess? I'm explaining the meta right now. Welcome to the channel. I'm sorry to hear that, Quiyot. Okay, he's not here. Let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, I guess the game is gonna board. Okay, we'll have to play another one. Again, I play with black. Okay, so we meet e4 with pawn to c5. We stop our opponent from going d4 and putting another pawn in the middle. So let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, he also goes queen to h5, attacking the pawn on c5, and he probably wants to go for some sort of checkmate with bishop to c4. So we go e6, defend this, and make sure that bishop to c4 is useless. But I mean, like, yeah. So against d4, the best opening is the Nimza Indian, and against e4, the best opening is the Accelerated Dragon, starting with the move c5. Thanks, Robert J. Oppenheimer, for 300 bits. Let's go knight to c6. Okay, I'll queue it. Okay, he goes bishop to c4. Now here I can develop a piece with tempo, which is very rarely a bad idea. So let's go knight f6, attack his queen, and we develop another piece. Thanks, Alina, for the raid with 119 viewers. Appreciate it. Alright, all of you guys came at a great time. I just started a new speedrun in which I will be explaining my thought process. And I hope that all of you guys can learn a lot from it. So he goes queen h4, escaping the threat of my knight. Let's go knight to d4. I threatened this pawn on c2, which would create a fork. And it's not that easy for white to deal with. But welcome everyone, welcome to everyone. Hope you guys stick around and hope you guys will learn something. If you guys have any questions about the games I play, feel free to ask those, and I'll be happy to explain anything or everything. Okay. Yeah, I mean, both moves are fine. I mean, I could also go knight f6 here, but I figured let me just go ahead and develop this knight first, and then knight f6. But knight f6 first would also have been perfectly fine. So we go knight d4. Okay, rook to b1. It makes sure that this is no longer a fork, but I'm still gonna take because it forces his king to move in the opening, which is not what you want. You want a castle eventually. And now I already deprive him of that right. Hello, Pammy. Good to see you. Okay, goes king to d1. Let's go knight d4 back. Now I go back and forth, but it's definitely worth it's definitely worth taking this pawn and going back because it's an important pawn, and this king is now stuck in the center. No worries, Dirty Flagger. But yeah, shout out to Alina. Again, thanks for the raid. Okay, knight of b5. Alright, so I can just go ahead and take. I can go d7. Let's see what we're going to do here. We have a lot of good options. I could go d5 as well. In case of takes, I take. You know what? Let's go d5. Let's go d5. Our opponent's king is stuck in the middle. And generally, it's a good idea to open up the center. Thanks.
BJ, have you ever watched Li Feng's channel?
Thanks, Robert Oppenheimer, for the 300 bits. I mean, I've watched Li Feng a little bit, yeah. I mean, he's a very friendly guy. Okay, let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, he takes. Let's recapture with the pawn. We take the bishop, and now our own bishop could potentially come in the game. For example, here taking the rook, or maybe under the right circumstances to g4. Hello, Gypsy. Great to see you. Okay, the song is for Robert. Okay, knight f3. Again, you always have to pay attention to what your opponent is doing. My threat with the move d5 is to take this bishop, and he's not addressing that, so we're just going to go ahead and take. Okay, so let's see what he's going to do, but now we're up a full piece, and we're obviously in a great spot. I mean, Caleb is one of my viewers. I don't know him personally. Okay, he takes on d4. Again, 99 or 95% of the time when your opponent takes a piece, you're just going to have to recapture. So we take and we keep our material advantage. Okay, he goes pawn d3. I could go ahead and take. I can also just develop. I think, you know what, given the fact that I'm up so much material, the only risk I have is that he could somehow launch an attack and my king could be stuck in the middle. So I'm just going to go bishop e7 and castle. Once my king gets out of the middle, the win should be pretty much guaranteed because I have such a big material advantage and his king over here is so weak. Wait, he's a cool guy. Me and my friends are... Oh, Caleb is talking about the microwave. He's like, I watched this streamer and he has a microwave. Like, and it's so cool. I wish I could live in a microwave. Okay, so we castle, get our king out of the middle. I wish I could be the microwave. Yo, actually, that sounds pretty dangerous, living inside of a microwave. Okay, goes pawn, takes c4. Let's go ahead and develop another piece with tempo. Because we attack the rook. Wait, what? Yes, I have a microwave. It would be exciting. Right now, I'm doing a speed run, but if you're in this rating range, you could send me a challenge. Yeah, the microwave is doing fine. It didn't die or anything. What rating is it? Right now I'm rated 466. So if you're in that rating range and you do not mind losing rating, feel free to send in a challenge. If the support and the energy is there, it could also make an appearance over here. Or are you yeah, 10 minutes. Wrap it. Okay, so I want to set another little trap. Let's go pawn a6 here. I attack his knight. You guys might think, hey, he can take here. Okay, he takes. Let's go knight to e4. I attack his queen, and now we interpose the queen's defense of the knight on d4. The knight on d4 is no longer defended, so we can take it with our queen. We have a lot of threats, and our opponent is simply unable to defend. Okay, so it goes queen f4, addresses the attack on their queen, but we can just go ahead and take the knight. Interpose. Okay, bishop to d2. Let's go ahead and take this pawn over here, put the king in check, which should lead to a very strong attack. Okay, he goes king e2. I could check him over here, but he goes king f3. I don't see anything decisive right away, which is a little bit disappointing. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and trade the queens, followed by knight at d3. Why is this chair shaking? Just getting a little bit too excited. Okay, let's go here, attack the rook and the bishop. He can still go here. He can keep the game going, but the result is not in doubt. Okay, let me see BLC. All right. There was no mate on 1. Right. Okay, let's go ahead and take the bishop with check. We're now up 1, 2, 3 minor pieces. Okay, so let's just bring our knight back to safety. Let's go here. Formidable
by Stromae.
Okay, let me go ahead and cue it. Okay, so it goes pawn at c5. Let's just go ahead and take. Again, if there's something you can take and you don't see why not, you should take. Hello, Victor. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's go rook 88. Bring more pieces into the game. Again, trades are good for us. Let's see what he's going to do here. Yeah, right now we'll have to get through the 400s. But we'll slowly but surely climb up the ladder. This is a speedrun, yes. With black, okay, so he goes king to g3. You know what? If you're up a lot of material, it's very rarely a bad idea to trade. So let's offer the trade of all the rooks here. If he doesn't trade, then I can start a strong attack. So let's go ahead and check him over here. He really has to block now. I mean, it doesn't matter though, but now we can check him. King has to go here. And he will walk right into a mating net. Okay, so let's go check. King has to go here. And then we have checkmate either here or here. Alright, so checkmate. Alright, good game. So here again, we see that these early queen attacks very often just backfire, right? We gain some tempi on his queen. We developed the knight with tempo. And here we see that the queen is away from the defense. So c2 is surprisingly awkward to defend. Anyway, let's keep going and let's start another game. Okay, so again, we're playing with the black pieces. Alright, awesome. Good luck, Brody. Okay, so if our opponent goes e4, we're going to go pawn to c5, the Sicilian defense. And again, we're aiming for the Accelerated Dragon. Now, against the move bishop c4, let's still go knight at c6. So let's still go knight c6. This is a good move. But here we can also aim for a setup with e6 to blunt this bishop on c4. Play the song Dogs.
Any chance you can play the song Dogs?
Alright, he goes queen h5, threatens checkmate on f7, and this pawn over here. So we're going to defend against both threats by going pawn to e6, blocking the bishop and defending this pawn over here. I'll cue it. Dogs by who? Speed? By I show Mead and K Sinet? That one? Okay, he goes knight h3. So again, let's go knight f6 here. Attack the queen. I also attack this. Alright, he goes queen f3. So again, yeah, what did you guys think about that? I mean, obviously, yeah, well, anyway. I could go here, attack the queen, and attack this. Let's go knight d4, attack the queen, and this. Hello, Rashid. Good to see you. By Damien Rice. Wait, do you have a son? Oh! By Damien Rice. Okay. Fine. I'll cue that song as well. Okay, he goes queen to d1, but now I can just go ahead and take the pawn over here. So his whole queen adventure is only backfired. Okay, he goes d3, attacks my knight, so I'm just going to move it back. Q now, well, Caleb, Robert pays for those, like, I generally play my own music, but if you wanna pay for a song, you can. Okay, goes pawn to c3. I could obviously move my knight, but I like the move d5 even better, attacking the bishop and not wasting any time. Because if he takes, I take, and this whole trade should work out pretty well for me. Okay, so he goes bishop to b3, and now the other advantage of now moving my knight is that I don't have to move it back. I can also just trade my knight for his bishop. All right, he takes the pawn. Let's go ahead and develop my bishop over here. This is a song by I Show Mead and Kai Sinet. Yeah. Okay, he goes knight to g5. I'm just gonna go ahead and castle. And then again, we want to build a big center with pawn to e5. What was terrible, Dre Candy? You mean this song? Yeah, this will be uploaded to YouTube. Oh, I mean... Well, I will have to keep that in mind, you know? The previous song. Yeah, of course, my pleasure, Robert. Okay, he goes knight a3 now. My guy has to realize that putting your knights on the rim is not very good. Let's go ahead and build a big center. Yeah. Gonna have to mute this for... Well, the good thing is, songs should be cut out from the audio. Like, if you guys clip anything over here on Twitch, it should not have songs in it, but feel free to check it out. Okay, so let's go bishop b8. I defend this pawn and escape the threat of the knight. Okay, he goes bishop to e3. Okay, he's attacking this one over here. Let's go bishop to g4. I attack his queen, which is not that easy to deal with. BB. We're not going to get to 2200 tonight. I mean, we're definitely going to get to 500. I don't know if we'll get to 600. Let's go bishop to d7 and attack this knight over here. So he will have to deal with that. I mean, if he takes... Again, this trade is generally pretty good for us, where we get the minor pieces for the rook. Now, I provoke the move f3, so his knight can no longer return there. So when we're going to go h6, his knight will have to go back here. But now, let's go ahead and take the knight. He can take the rook, but this trade should work out in my favor. I think I'm going to recapture with the queen. I could also recapture with the king to bring my queen out early here. But I want to keep my king a little bit safer. Well, 500 points a stream would be a lot. I mean, like, even 200 is pretty decent. Because as you guys see, I mean, we're already streaming for like an hour and a half, and we've gained 88 points. Okay, let's see what he's going to do. Okay, he goes d4. A little bit odd that he didn't take. So let's just go ahead and escape the threat. Activate my rook on the e-file where his king is located. Yeah, we started at 400. Is it a little bit loud? Okay, so he goes, okay, he takes, so let's go ahead and take it with the rook, because now I can collect the knight on the next move. I can turn the music down a little bit. Should be better now. Okay, knight e4, tricky move. Yes, he cannot castle. Now, if I take, I would hang my queen. So, I could take the knight. I'm obviously winning there. But I wanna win the knight. So let's go queen to e8. Step out of the e file, and I just want to take here with the pawn. Queen c8 certainly possible as well. Okay, goes c4. Let's go ahead and take. I take the knight, and his bishop is hanging as well. Oh, my video against Jobava, Mito. Okay, I can take the bishop. Not afraid. Okay, let me cue it.
Can you please play Not Afraid?
Yep. Okay, that one is added to the queue. Thanks for the support. Okay, let's go bishop to c6. I mean, I still attack this. I want to take here and go for a strong attack. Thoughts on wrestling? I mean, not my thing, but if people want to do that, then, you know, they can do that. But yeah, I mean, that game, Mito, like, I was, like, you would hope, like, you know it's a draw, but you hope to still create some chances, but Jobava defended really well, and it felt a little bit hopeless. Okay, he goes rook to f5. Lots of things I can do here, but I'm just going to keep it very simple. I'm just going to trade the rooks, because I'm up so much material. Trades have to be good for me. Now, let's go ahead and put him in check. The one thing I just have to be careful of is that I don't allow a back rank checkmate. So after this, I'm going to move my bishop. No, Jobava, no, he's still banned. He's still banned. But that was a game in person. I think he's banned for all of 2023. Okay, goes king to f1. Let's go ahead and take it with the bishop, because that way we also cover this square. And we bring in another piece into the attack. I don't know, it's a good question. I mean, it was... Yeah, well, here's the thing, like, he said, like... Well, here's the thing, like, if you think what he said is racist, then yes, he should be banned. Then the question is just, like, was it racist what he said, you know? Like, let's say he would say about me, like, oh, that Dutch mother lover, I wouldn't necessarily think that's racist, you know? But he was yelling at an arbiter. It didn't seem, you know, like the best move. And all those things. So, okay, queen to d6. So let's go here and end the game. All right. So okay, we win another game. Let's keep going. I'm getting a lot of games with black, eh? I mean, I was just about to say. Okay, so he goes e4, and again, against e4, we're gonna play the Sicilian with pawn to c5. We want to stop our opponent from putting a second pawn in the center with pawn to d4. Okay, he goes d4, so we will take. Now he can take with the queen, but now we go knight to c6, and we already get a very slight lead in development. Because we and again, this is what you want to do. You want to develop pieces with tempo, and push your. Okay, so queen d5. Here we can develop another piece with tempo. What can we do here, you guys? What is a good move? What do we do here? Black to play. What looks like a good move? Yeah, we're just going knight to f6. Okay, he goes queen in d3, good move. Now, to be fair, already here I'm looking for a way to somehow take advantage of the weird moves he has been making. But honestly, I don't think it's there. Like, I'm looking at moves like d5, but I think he just takes... I could just continue in very normal Accelerated Dragon fashion with the move g6. Let's take a moment here to... Let's just go g6 and just play the Accelerated Dragon. Okay, he goes h4. He's really... No, actually here, let's go d5. Because after he takes, we have a good move. Let's go bishop to f5. We develop another piece with tempo. So let's see what he's gonna do. Already we see we have 1, 2, 3 pieces developed. He's got 0 developed. He goes queen to b3. Now here, this is actually a good move. Wait. Huh. Now, I could take with the knight, but perhaps he can take here. I think I can take with the queen. He has here, at the very least, I have a check. Knight d4, by the way, is not a good move, because he has a check and I lose my knight, but I'm going to take with the queen. He can take here, but I'm just sort of banking on the fact that my big lead in development should give me something. You know, maybe like rook b8. I have rook d8, but he goes here. So I think rook b8 is the right move. I also have knight d4. But he just takes, I take, and then goes knight a3. He's still okay there. So I'm going to bring another piece into the game with rook b8. Knight a5 he just trades. So let's see what he's going to do now. He has to be very careful. Rest in peace. And we just take the queen. Right? I said he has to be very careful, and my man hangs the queen. a4, great move, does a whole lot. Let's go e5, so I can also bring this bishop in. He has to be very careful. Yeah. Okay, so now, I mean, we're up a queen. f3. Let's just keep going. Let's keep creating threats. Well, I wanted to meet knight c3 with bishop to b4, hype man. But good night, Quickso. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Good question, Victor. So I stopped playing it when I was around like 1700. I would say that, okay, so let's give a check. Around like 2000, I guess around 2000 on chess.com. He's gonna have to go king up, and then I bring in another piece with tempo. Okay, so let's, again, we want to keep bringing in pieces, create an attack on the enemy king. Regarding the songs, I mean, just whatever you think is a fair price. God of Strategy. To get you to stop, if you want me to stop playing this guy's recommendations, you'll have to donate more. Let's say Robert donates 500 bits for a song, you'll have to donate 600. That neutralizes the donation. Okay, let's go ahead and take here. We've had donate wars over here. Very often it would be on whether Brandon would get banned or not. Let's go ahead and take. Good question, Troy Chess. Let's put him in check. Yeah, so I will play the European Team Championship for the Netherlands. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Eminem. I like Eminem. Let's go here, check. I don't know, good question. The European teams. Okay, let's go ahead and take here, because if he takes, I do have a checkmate. Other than that, I mean, I've been asking if I can play in a Grand Swiss, but they said that they don't know until September 1st, which is, okay, here and, wait, what? Oh, he has F4. I thought it was checkmate. It's like, why does the game not end? I would play in a Grand Swiss if they would invite me, but I haven't heard back yet. Then there's also the Qatar Masters, but I had to fill out some sort of form, but something went wrong as I did that. But probably, I mean, there's the Winter Classic in December. I think I'll play that one pretty much for sure. Other than that, I don't know yet. I could pre-move. I mean, hope you guys don't mind me okay, fine, we'll pre-move. I mean, I think everyone knows that after F4 we will take and it's a checkmate, because we cover all of the other squares. So, sure. Okay, I'm gonna get some more water, I'll be right back, but yeah, we're gonna win this one. Okay, what's up everyone? We are back and we just crossed 500. Okay, anyway, let's keep going, we'll do some more games. We'll see how far we'll get, so let's do another game. Okay, so we're playing against the 500. Okay, so E4. Again, we're gonna go for the Sicilian defense. Of course I know him, hype man. So let's see. Okay, so knight f3, we're gonna go knight to c6. And against d4, we will take. We will recapture, and now we go for the move g6, the Accelerated Dragon. Let's go the Accelerated Dragon because we will play the move g6 one move earlier compared to the normal dragon, where you will play the move g6 on move 5, which starts with knight f3, d6, then you take, you go knight f6, and after knight c3, then you go g6. So there are some differences, and the main difference is that in the normal dragon, black has already played the move g6. Now he goes for the move knight f3, a little bit odd. Let's go bishop g7, and the nice thing about the Accelerated Dragon is that generally the plans and ideas are generally gonna be the same. Now he goes bishop to g5, which is not a good move. Can anyone tell me why? Can anyone tell me why? Why is bishop g5 not a good move? Bishop takes b2, excellent. We take here, and the rook is also trapped. He still can go here, and it's not that terrible, because in case I take, he recaptures, and the dark squares over here are weakened. But he first of all has to find this move. If he doesn't find this move, the game is just over. So let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, he does go knight bd2. Now, I think I will just take, just get a big material advantage. To be fair, it's not 100% clear. I could also just drop back, but sure, let's just take on the challenge and take more material. Let's take here, and after he recaptures, we'll bring out our knight to f6. Now, I just want to get castled on the next move, and even though he's got some play, I don't think it's quite enough. Okay, he goes e5, good move attacking my knight. Let's go knight to d5. In case he goes e6, I can go f6 and block this diagonal. Now, to be fair, he can also go here, but I think I'll just go knight b6, and still in case of e6, I'll go f6. But it's, again, it's not 100% clear. Hello, Real Ranklar, good to see you. We're doing a speedrun, and we're also covering the Accelerated Dragon, so hope this will be useful to you as well. But great to have you here. Bishop c4, good move, let's go here. Take his bishop. Okay, he goes e6, he's attacking this rook over here, and this, but I can defend against both threats by going pawn to f6. Okay, takes, I just recapture. He's giving up a little bit too much material. I don't know if he missed it. In case he takes, I can just take. Yeah, now I mean we're up a full rook, so it's just a little bit too much. Okay, he goes bishop to b5. Got lots of options here, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and take this pawn. On the next move, we're going to castle and we're up a full rook, so we're completely winning. Okay, let's go ahead and castle. Okay, he goes rook to e1. Let's go pawn to e5, so then I can bring out my bishop to an active square, like f5, g4, or e6. And we block the queen's diagonal a little bit. You wake up another psy-up? What happened, Quixote? Okay, he goes bishop to e4. Let's go bishop to g4. I want to take here and double his pawn structure. Thanks, Dr. Krieger, for the 1 year with Prime.
I used my Prime so he'd get low on time.
Exactly. It always works. It always works. Okay, I've got knight d4 here. But you know what? There's no reason to complicate. Let's just go queen e7, rook a8 after. Get him up a full rook. I don't have to do anything special. Yep, it always works. It always works, hype man. It always gives energy. Okay, he goes knight to d6. So let's just bring in this rook, attack the knight. My next commentary, I don't know. Good question. I don't know. Hikaru's playing in the chess 960 in St. Louis, but I haven't heard anything. Oh well, I will be doing commentary for chess.com on Monday for the Speed Chess Championship qualifier. And also so on Monday will be the Swiss, and then on Tuesday there will be the knockout. So I'll be doing commentary on Monday and Tuesday. But yeah, for Hikaru, I don't know. Okay, anyway, we attack this, we attack this. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take the bishop. I'm not really keeping up with PogChamps. Well, okay, I know that Frank is in the final against VDog. That's all I know. Okay, let's just go ahead and take. My top 8 prediction for the Swiss. Oh, well, it's more like chess.com parting ways with the St. Louis Chess Club. I mean, as someone who, like, I'm gonna do my GM in residence at the St. Louis Chess Club. And, of course, I've done a lot of stuff for chess.com. I mean, I understand. I definitely, understand. It's, of course, a little bit unfortunate for someone like me who's a little bit in the middle. I mean, I'm not an employee or anything of the club, and also not of chess.com. But I do play quite a few tournaments at the St. Louis Chess Club, and so it will be a bit of a pity that when I'll play there, the games won't be on chess.com. So I'm just kind of curious where they actually will be, because they won't be on Lee Chess, they won't be on chess.com. I guess they will not be on Chess24. So question is just like, where are they going to be broadcasted? Okay, so we take, the game is over. He's going to have to move his king here. Now we just go knight f3 and attack this. Just yeah. Hopefully it will be resettled. Okay, goes there, and now we have checkmate. All right, good game. Let's go ahead and play another one.